Warning. Broken simulation. Broken simulation. With Sam Tripoli.
And welcome to Johnny Woodard Presents Broken Sim, starring Johnny Woodard and his trusty sidekick, that dude over there.
That dude over there, T dot.
Dot, dot, dot,
T dot.
T dot. T dot. T dot. Johnny, thank you for coming and recording and letting me be on your show.
Sunday night, we're here. A chilled out little Sunday night here.
Chilled out little Sunday after a great weekend of sports, man. Crazy great stuff going on.
Do us a favor and subscribe on YouTube to the show, Sam Tripoli, YouTube.com.
Oh, I read a couple. Go on.
Leave some reviews, please. If you want to do us a favor, download the show. Even if you don't listen to it, download Broken Sim on your iTunes or whatever the hell you listen to.
Why
podcasts.
is that worth more points?
Yeah, it counts as like a listen if they download it.
Well, snaps.
Yeah, so please give us a hand, download it.
Come on, Broken, get down.
We'll read your comments, whatever.
Yeah, man, we're gonna read
Johnny
some
Woodard on
comments.
Twitter. Sam, who people have trouble finding, is at Fat Dragon Pro.
Yes. Okay. On Twitter is Fat Dragon Pro. Okay. On Instagram is the Ghost of Sam Tripoli.
Is it just Ghost? I think it's just Ghost of Sam Tripoli.
Ghost of Sam Tripoli.
Okay. Is that a little nod to your daughter, like Ghost?
Yeah, and I couldn't even put Sam Tripoli 1, Sam Tripoli
unbelievable,
1987, 1984. I couldn't put any of that.
That's unreal.
And it's just it's super depressing in a weird way because I just see like some guys like, dude, you used to get 100,000 views on your videos. Now you only get like 1,000. You're a loser. I'm like, do you not think there's something going on? Now, Johnny, you've brought up that the brand of video has changed. And
That's
sure
not it, though. I was skeptical of this idea of like, being shadow banned, but I 100% believe in it now, for sure. I've seen it. I mean, just on the Instagram, XG will post one thing to one account and the exact same thing to another account. That's not the tenfold shadow ban, and the interaction is completely different. Yeah.
And dude, the ticket sales on the road keep going up. So I have a lot of great shows coming out. I'm in Miami this weekend coming up, October 21st through the 23rd. Then I'm doing a nice little run, man. I'm doing a nice little run. I'm going to be in Houston for Skankfest. That's already sold out. But then the following, then after that, I'm back in Miami again, which I'm super excited about. Anytime I go to Miami, dude, I'm going to go to Miami. Anytime.
So dumb.
I love Miami, dude. I think like if I didn't have kids, I would move to Miami.
Really?
I just love hot trash.
Okay.
I'm all about hot trash, dude.
Can you get enough out of Miami though, like culturally?
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't care.
You don't care. Uh-huh.
I like simple and hot, and that's all Miami has. Now the weather touches you. It touches you.
That heat. Yeah.
You get molested by humidity.
Alligators.
Humidity molested you, right? But what am I gonna stay in California, dude? They just outlawed lawnmowers.
Literally.
They've outlawed lawnmowers.
And some guy commented, like, this is a great point. Yeah, well, they budgeted to pay for it, the cost of people getting new equipment, and it doesn't start for 3 years. Okay, first of all, they budgeted to pay for it. That means we're paying for it. We're paying for it.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
And 3 years from now, it's still stupid. And what if you don't know? The state banned small gas engines. That means weed eaters. That means golf carts. That means chainsaws. Basically,
now you're talking about go-karts too? Like there's whole
go-karts
industries
too, but yeah,
are
golf
just
carts is what I saw, like gas golf carts, not electric.
Now, who voted on that? That's my question. Like, we're starting to see like some real problems with democracy now, and it's like Eddie says, man. The president is in the power. The governors are the power. And we're seeing a governor who's just like, oh, you wanted to get rid of me? Guess what? I'm still here. Yeah. Scorch.
Yep. And this is where, and I can't remember the guest that mentioned it, but we've talked about this before. Sheriffs are really the ultimate authority because they can, as the guest whose name I don't recall, said, they can arrest like the governor, and they have ultimate authority on enforcing laws in their counties.
Well,
so that's where, if you can affect your sheriff, getting in on that election, man, that's the one.
That is, Johnny. That's the big one. That's really true. It's police chief. I don't know if they vote on police chief though.
It's appointed usually.
But yeah, I mean, like, it's just everything's law enforcement. But like, this governor has lost his skull. He's lost his skull. And he's just scorched the earth. And if you had an election, no matter what crazy law he passes, like, dude, he just said, well, we can't say the certain things. Right?
Oh, yeah.
He's making it mandatory.
Yeah. We got in trouble for mentioning the thing that people think we got paid to mention. Banned from YouTube.
Right? So he's making it mandatory for kindergartners to get the
Unbelievable.
Right? But guess who doesn't have to? Prison guards who funded his re-election battle. I mean, come on, man.
Hilarious. I mean, the guy's so obviously a hypocrite. It's unbelievable. And the point, I think I guess he's emboldened now by not being recalled. Now he's just like, I don't have to worry about that.
He
shit.
wants to hurt everybody, dude.
And my guess is maybe he's thinking like, one more term in Cali, and then I'm going for national office.
There's no way that guy, he has to win the presidency without like fully stealing it.
But doesn't he give you the same vibe as a young Joe Biden? Like, to me, they're very similar.
Yeah, but see, the thing about young Joe Biden is all of his shadiness wasn't getting covered the way it is now.
Yeah, that's true.
It's so much harder to get a
killer.
career. I know it's going to sound crazy. I mean, listen, this is not political.
To get a career politician in?
It's harder. And I go, well, what about Joe Biden? Well, we have our beliefs on that. A couple things I want to get into.
Yeah.
One, I'm going to save this story, but what do I? Oh, so listen, I've often said that, the relationship between black and white people, what have you been through, blah, 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 what effects of racism you have. I've said that I've endured a lot of shit that the black community complains about, right? And now I crossed off one of the final ones.
Go on.
Which is white women clutching something when
you walk by.
Yeah. So I finally crossed that one off my list.
Where was this?
This is the most hilarious one ever. When I was in China, I couldn't get a taxi. I had to hide in the bushes, literally, so that Steve Byrne would wave down a taxi, and then I would run out and jump in the taxi.
That's so funny.
Because I had a beard even longer than, and in China,
they probably thought you're like Muslim or something, right?
they thought I was Middle Eastern, and I was I was selling drugs.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Hand to God, dude. I hide in the bushes. Steve's like, hide in the bushes.
That's so
I hide in
funny.
the bushes. Right? He waves down this car. It pulls up. I'm not lying to you when I tell you it looks like a hot dog vending machine that got converted into like a car.
I know what you're talking about too. I've seen those things. Yeah.
And he's like, get in. And I run. The guy's like, oh. Like, sorry, dude.
Maybe he's like, we don't have this much horsepower.
Bro, I am telling you, man. Have you, dude, somebody should just put a camera on these taxi drivers driving through China, because it is nuts.
It's like that game Frogger. Have you ever heard of that? You know that game Frogger where you try to get a frog across like four lanes of traffic?
Yeah.
That's what it's like. Them just skirting in and out.
But you remember like in the old like Star Wars, like those great shots for like you riding along with those through the woods, and you're like, oh my God.
The speeders.
How did you, is that the official word?
Land speeder, yeah.
They're called land speeders?
Yeah, I think that's what those things are
Man,
called.
they must have been, dude, it must have been the last day and like the last couple minutes of a long day of creating.
What, when they come up with that name?
Yeah, they're like, dude, what do you want, Carson? I don't know, man. Dude, we're like an hour late. I'm exhausted. I've been here since 5. What does it do? It goes fast. It's cross lane. Land speeder. Let's go.
Oh no, land speeder is the thing that Luke Skywalker was in episode 1. Like him and Obi-Wan.
Oh yeah.
On
Still
Tatooine,
doesn't change. I mean, dude. So you know the shots where they go right by the trees and you're like, whoa, dude. Whoa.
That's some of my favorite shit.
Right? That is what it's like.
Speeder bike. There you go.
Speed. Okay, there we go. Okay, even that another day. What? I name another speeder bike. There we go. Right. So that is what it's like to be in a Chinese taxi. Is being on a speeder bike.
Was it? I mean, what are you like holding your balls like that? You're scared?
You're like, dude, we pulled up and next to this giant truck, and it was like, we're like, ah! We just like in Tron when you're like, dan.
I wonder, do you think a lot of people die, or they just all it just works? You think?
Okay, so this is my joke that I said one time. I think it was on Bobby Lee's pod. I forget who it was. It's like, for the amount of
That
Asians
tracks.
driving, okay, I saw no accidents, which makes me think that Asians aren't bad drivers like the stereotype. They're incredibly great drivers, and we just mess them up with how bad of drivers.
It's like that thing with Bruce Lee. He died because he had this pure blood, and he took an aspirin, and the impurities in the aspirin killed him because he was just such a pure person. That's what you're saying, right?
Yeah,
like they're so
it's
pure
like,
as drivers. Our impurities.
if we played basketball with Magic Johnson and he did all these great passes, we would make him look bad because we couldn't catch the passes.
The times I played with like really good basketball players, they bounce off my face. I had a few bounce off my head.
Yeah,
honestly,
that's
what
like
it is, yeah.
that's Asian drivers. Basically, they're the Magic Johnson of driving.
I buy that. Yeah.
Right?
There are a number of reasons why you might be afraid of opening up to someone about your mental health, but meeting with a therapist to work on your mental health is just as helpful as hiring a personal trainer to work on your physical health, and the positive impact can be just as life-changing. Meeting with a therapist should be as ordinary and judgment-free as going to the dentist or, as I said, hiring a personal trainer. At Broken Sim, we love Talkspace. They make it easy to connect with a therapist privately, and at Talkspace, you can message whenever you need to. It's all the benefits of therapy without the hassle of setting appointments and waiting a week or more between conversations. If you've wondered about therapy but aren't sure where to start, you need to check out Talkspace. At Talkspace, your privacy and security are their number one priority, and these are things we really care about here at Broken Sim. The app puts you in a private room, and just you and the therapist are there, and Talkspace's encryption and added security features keep your conversation fully protected. Whether you struggle with anxiety, depression, self-doubt, or anything else, Talkspace gives you access to the help you need to move forward. Join Talkspace today and start moving forward with a single message. Visit Talkspace.com and get $100 off your first month when you use the promo code BROKEN at sign-up. That's $100 off at Talkspace.com, promo code BROKEN.
So I've been pulled over by cops. I've gone to jail for drugs. I've done all the,
the bingo of the black experience.
Yeah. Dude, that should be the name of this episode.
The bingo of the black. Yeah, that'll get us
experience.
banned from YouTube. I'm
Yeah,
sure,
okay. So basically, finally I got my last one, dude. So I'm at LAX, and Dana. So if I say I'm landing at 2, I usually tell Dana I'm getting in at 1:40, so she'll be there around 2:05.
Yeah, I've started to have to do that with my girlfriend. Yeah.
Right, you got to tell, because everybody thinks they're Jack Bauer from 24,
Yep.
and they can get around LA in 10 minutes.
And also flights usually don't land that late. They're usually early.
Can I
in
tell
my
you,
experience.
dude? Somehow I was on a flight that left 2 hours late and only got in an hour late.
I think they just haul ass. I think lots of times they aren't going as fast as they could go, and maybe aren't taking direct routes. And sometimes they're just
like, oh, I don't want to
floor
get
it.
like they hate their wife, so they're like, I don't want to get home. Let's add about 30 minutes onto this.
And please, somebody tweet at me if I'm wrong about this, but I think maybe they fly at like a fuel efficient rate that's fast.
Yeah.
But when they could fuck up the schedule for like later flights that need that plane,
like that.
they like punch the gas, and like we got to get on time.
I like that. Johnny, how come we don't? Anyways, that's a different podcast. So I land there, and even though I'm late, she's still late, and I don't care.
That's the worst.
It's just one of those things where it's just like my Sunday's just racked, right?
That was today?
No, this was
Last week.
2 Sundays ago.
2 Sundays ago. Okay.
No, 1 Sunday ago. It was this
Last
past
week,
Sunday.
okay.
Yeah. So I'm eating something. I have some trash. I go to cross the street. This woman is sitting right next to the trash can. I start to walk up. She stares at me, scared, and grabs her suitcase and holds it like this. Like she just saw where I was coming from. She saw my luggage. She watched me the whole walk. And she thinks I'm going to come over and snag her
That's so
luggage.
Funny. That's so funny,
and then
bro.
walk back to my luggage. I'm like, play this scenario in your head, lady. Who's jacking your...
Surrounded by law enforcement. Surrounded.
Like, LAX is one of the most, surveillance areas in Los Angeles.
They're everywhere.
If not in the country.
Like, if you try to park for more than 30 seconds, somebody's on your ass.
Yeah,
Move out of the way.
If somebody farts in the wind, there's a lockdown at LAX.
Yes.
And this lady thinks I'm coming to steal her suitcase.
Was she a white woman, American looking white woman?
Well, let's just say would be described as cat lady.
Oh, it makes sense. Okay.
Right? So now I'm like
Like a Karen type? Is that what we're saying?
No, I'd say Karen's like older sister.
What do you think it was? Did you have something like, were you dressed like crazy or?
Johnny, I've told you before, I have dark energy.
Yeah. And I've seen you were probably tired, right? End of a long weekend, exhausted. You got that look like just like.
It's what's made my comedy career so much harder than it should have been. It's because I walk up on the stage and I listen to what people describe me, and there was time in the back that I heard one comic going, that guy's got dark energy.
Who the fuck is talking about you like that?
Greg Fitzsimmons said that.
Really?
He goes, he's got dark energy.
That's funny.
He's introduced me on stage as this next guy's got dark energy. I'm like, thank you. Worst intro was another comic. I'm not going to say his name because he'll just tweet forever about it. Okay. But he introduced me as this comic's like watching a train crash into an abortion clinic. I'm like, what's that even mean?
Come on, dude. Who was that?
Chad Zumach.
Oh, God, Chad. That's pretty funny, Chad. I got to give you a credit.
I mean, Chad can be funny.
Props to that.
Chad can be funny.
Yeah, Chad is funny. Fuck.
Chad is funny.
Even when he's getting us in trouble, he's funny.
Like, I remember...
Was there ever a time early where you tried to kind of, like, because you hear about all these
Johnny,
things like guys
I used
can
to
do,
wear
like,
bright colors, and I'm like,
oh, really?
This...
Okay.
I remember I went up on stage once in a bright yellow shirt, and
I can't
my
imagine
friend
you wearing
Wayne
yellow.
pulled me aside. He goes, dude, what's up with the shirt? I'm like, it's just bright energy. He's like, no, you look stupid. You look like a highlighter.
Because I've heard guys say, like, they want to like tickle themselves a little bit to get on stage with a big laugh and a smile, you know?
Okay. One time I watched a video of me doing stand-up, and I realized I never smiled.
Okay.
And it had like dark energy.
Yeah, and then you tried to smile and you realized you
Now
look
I
like Jack
fake
Nicholson.
smile shit.
Yeah, you probably like Jack Nicholson in The Shining, probably.
Yeah, you know that gif like
Yeah.
that's me doing stand-up. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, that's not creepy at all.
I have to fake
Give
smile.
it right to camera here.
I have to.
Yeah. We'll turn that into a GIF later and terrify children on
Yeah,
Halloween.
I have to do that. I have to fake smile on stage. I do. Because so much of it. I'm blessed that I play to my crowd, right? I play to my crowd.
Yeah.
But, in the past, like, there's people who think comedy is patty cakes. Those people fill arenas to watch ethnic comics. I'm going to be honest with you.
Do you feel now that you have to do less of that shit because of the podcast and people kind of know your energy already, your vibe, your rhythm?
I'm not doing a lot of stand-up. I'm not doing any stand-up in LA. Right. I'm just doing...
when you're on the road now.
My road gigs are mostly
everybody knows
fans.
it. Yeah, and you don't have to kind of even fake that shit. Yeah.
No. But I never faked it.
Well, you know what I mean. The faking the smile. The smile's fake, right? Yeah.
No, I mean, yeah. It's a fake. It's like...
It's a heightened version, maybe, of reality.
It is like, hey, we're having fun, right?
Yeah, because you got to kind of...
It's like kind of when I'm going on stage. Hey, if you ever see me live and you see me going, I'm killing it right now, just know in my head, I think I'm bombing horribly and the place is on fire.
It's so funny when you do that.
Just know that. I'm crushing it right now.
Correct me if I'm wrong, though. This is why it's so uncomfortable to be around somebody who is bombing and knows they're bombing and acts like they're bombing. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody gets real nervous and clams up and like shuts down when it goes bad.
You know, the worst is when they don't acknowledge that they're
Right, that's what I'm
bombing.
saying. Yeah. And they
Like-
just try to keep barreling through what they thought they were going to do and pause for laughs that aren't there and that kind of thing. It's just the most uncomfortable.
That's what the OR at the Comedy Store will teach you. He's like, you better be in the fucking moment, bro, and feel it. If something's going on in the room, you don't dress it, you're going to bomb.
Interesting. Do you miss it? Do you miss the Comedy Store?
Listen.
Is this when's the last time you were away from the Comedy Store for this long?
Well, I mean, are you counting the pandemic? Then it'd be 2 years, maybe. In terms of it's open.
No, I mean
I've
before
never
all
been-
this shit.
In 22 years that I was there. I mean, it'll be almost 24 years, I
That's
think.
unbelievable. Wow.
That
Do you feel that absence, like the missing of that kind of community or whatever?
I mean, I love the store.
I mean, does it? To me, I would imagine it would feel like a divorce or something. Like it's just, or like
Doesn't. I thought it
graduating
would.
high school maybe, and everybody's gone
I
out.
thought it would. It doesn't.
It doesn't.
Because I was there for so long, and I'm ready. I'm just ready to do. There's things in my life I gotta do, honestly, so that I feel like I'm a better parent. Like I gotta learn to cook better. I'm not a very capable cook. I want to. I know that sounds like
We should go to a class, dude.
You could just do that. It's like I need to get in shape. I need to learn how to properly fire my gun. I need there's life skills that at this moment with my schedule of all these podcasts, and I have to do the podcast because that's the only way I know how to work. If I'm not doing these 90 podcasts, my mind is wandering.
Well, that's a new podcast, dude. That's your new podcast. Is that you get somebody come in and teach you to cook for a week, and then you podcast with them after, that kind of thing.
I've been wanting to do that, but I have a couple things I want to do. I want to get a house so I could have a nicer presentation. I want a house out in LA, and I think I want
Presentation for who?
just for the shot because
I got you for podcasting.
No, I'm
Gotcha.
not getting a house just so I can do a cooking podcast.
Yeah.
But there's a bunch of things I want to
I
do.
understand.
Like there's just other things in life that I just want to live right now. I love doing stand-up. It's fun, but it's like
But you couldn't do both? Is that what it's too consuming,
I just
the Comedy
don't
Store?
know if there's enough time for everything. And on top of that, dude, nothing lasts forever.
Do you think the store has changed or
100%.
more than... Do you think that era of the store is permanently over, or it can come back and be kind of the rebel sort of outcast group again? Because to me, I would imagine that's probably over. This is probably going to be corporate. And
I think it's just time.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's not good though, right?
yeah, but dude, it's like maybe I love everybody there. When you hear people going, "Oh, the lineups aren't funny," I go, "That's total
Nobody,
BS."
yeah, nobody's saying that.
I think those
here.
people are all hilarious. I love it over there. I love everybody over there. It's just all I'm gonna say is this: is one, I got really fucking hurt when they took my Tuesday away.
Comedy Chaos,
Yeah, I got real fucking hurt.
the biggest show.
Not in literally the world. I when I say that, people think I'm being like hyperbole,
Hyperbolic.
yeah, hyperbolic and stuff like
He's
that.
not.
It's literally they took it away. Their treatment of Chris D'Elia and Brian Callen upsets me because no evidence has been presented.
Still.
And Callen did the road a lot. So Callen liked to come in and out, and obviously I have a show with Callen. I love him to death. Chris D'Elia built that motherfucker. When I was doing Comedy Chaos, 5 people sold tickets, and 5 people only. Joe Rogan, obviously. Bill Burr, obviously. Joey Diaz, obviously. There was one more. Who else was it? Maybe it was 4. Joey Diaz. And then the other one was
You didn't say D'Elia, right? Yeah, D'Elia.
Chris D'Elia. Now, does that mean Chris wasn't a poon hound? No. But that guy's fucking Comedy Store. So that upset me. And then I've always said this. I've always said it. want to leave on my own. You know, and the treatment I feel, and I don't think it was any one person's decision, but you know, it's like when everybody else was gone at the store and it was dead, I busted my ass to build that lineup up, and I don't care what anybody says, I fucking helped build it up. And I was putting on shows in the main room. I started, like, the main room was empty. I started doing shows in there. You know, and then now we're back, and all of a sudden it means nothing.
I've had this question. I wanted to ask you: do you think, or do you know maybe that part of the reason that happened is because it kind of got lost in the shuffle in the transition from Adam to the new management?
Did I get lost in it?
Yeah, well, like maybe they didn't know that how significant the show was, or something.
No, because the person I work with is now the booker.
And so you think,
but I don't think that was her call.
That's what I'm saying. But,
I think I think that was above.
What
her.
I'm saying is, do you think that was like a conscious decision? Like, this is not the kind of thing we want to be associated with anymore.
Emily's a booker now, and I think she's doing a great job. I just feel that what made the store special to me is of the past.
Okay. How big a part of it? How big a part of it was Brody dying? That kind of spirit.
It. Joe being gone, Joey being gone. Like, those two guys to me are they're a big part of the comedy store. Steve Simone being gone, Steve Renzizi being gone.
What's his name?
Jeff Scott being gone. Yeah. I probably will go back for Halloween. But to be honest with you, man, I'm going to say this. I don't want to be pushed out. And the things that matter to Hollywood are things that I don't care about anymore. I don't want a Netflix special. I think that's setting you up for fucking getting your head chopped off.
Do you think if you had not had kids, you would have cared more about this?
Yes. And that's the beauty of it. I love it, man. It was a place for me. And it's just like, it's, time. It's just time. I mean, all the people I used to go there with, they're gone. The most shocking part for me is how much I don't miss it, which is really the most shocking part.
Interesting.
Because it defined me. But I also have to say that, it saved me when no one else cared about me. But I also understand that the only consistent thing in the universe is change, right? That's the only thing that always happens. And this right now is what they're going through because they got to survive. And it's not my thing. I don't agree with that.
If the Mitzi that was in charge when you got there was still in charge now, how much of this shit do you think would be going on with the changes? Like the way they run it lately?
Well, it's like, dude, it's here's the whole thing.
I'm just curious about her personality and how she might have, dealt with this whole thing.
I mean, she was always a zigger when everyone was zagging.
Yeah.
Always. And that is my only problem right now is that there's no danger.
That was supposed to be that place's identity, especially
right.
It was its niche compared to the other clubs in LA, right?
Right.
That was kind of the dark energy place.
There's one shore, he lives in Washington, that's running the place. But he was never, and he's just trying to survive. I get it, man.
Yeah, no hate here.
Right? There's no hate. Jeff is gone. Most of the managers gone. Richie's there. Richie's crushing it. He's a great guy. Emily is great. Let me put it to you like this. In your life, dude, you have to go, this is my worth. And when a time comes, someone's going to show you what is your worth, what they think your worth is. Sometimes it'll be more. Sometimes it'll be less. But when it's less, you have to ask yourself, what am I going to do with that? Am I going to agree to that? Accept less for what I think my value is in hopes of maybe proving them wrong and later on they coming back and shower me with love? Mm-hmm. Are you going to scream and shout about it? Or are you just going to walk away? Because that's not what your worth is. And that's where I'm at.
Because partly if you accept that value, then that becomes your new value.
Yes.
Like if
and I don't accept what they see my value at. Okay. So, and it's like 22 years, dude. Thank you. I'm like, you'll never, even if I don't perform for a while, maybe I won't be as sharp. I'll always be Comedy Store.
You ever thought about getting in the club business? Is that something that interests you?
I tried to start a dojo. I have one in
but like a full on club.
If I had the money, I would start one.
You would, okay.
And I would let the wild things roam.
All right, you hear that? People out there with the money bags.
I would let the money. I would, dude. And all I do in my life is practice abundance. Practice abundance, and that's why I believe it will flourish if I do. If I'm able to, like, shit gets back to normal, me and Mike Romanelli can work on our business plan.
Is that is he the guy in the East Coast?
Yeah. I
dojo?
love the club. I love the club. I want him to paint it black. The inside. Because you need it to be dark.
This episode is sponsored by Skillshare, the online learning community. They are offering our listeners a free trial of their premium membership. Learn, express, and discover what you can make with online classes from Skillshare. There are so many fascinating classes on Skillshare on topics including illustration, design, photography, animation, productivity, and more. I recently took MKBHD's class for YouTube creators, and I recommend that to anyone interested in sharing their content on YouTube. Whether you're a dabbler or a pro, a hobbyist or a master, you're creative. That's why Skillshare has classes for every skill level. With short lessons, hands-on projects, and classes designed for real life, you can tap into the creativity we all have inside. Skillshare helps you move your creative journey forward without putting life on hold. You'll create real projects and get the support of fellow creatives so you can accomplish real growth. Explore your creativity at Skillshare.com/BrokenSim, where our listeners get a 1-month free trial of their premium membership. That's actually an improvement on their earlier offer. It used to be 2 weeks. Now it's a full month of premium membership at Skillshare.com/BrokenSim.
I want to get into Sarah Silverman.
Okay. Yeah. I know where this is going.
So Sarah Silverman, I guess, has been saying this for a while, but it's caught national news. It is her take about, it's called, the controversy is, or what she uses, called Jew face, right? Which is a Sarah Silverman term.
Recently on Sarah.
Okay.
Go.
She has explained that she thinks it's uncalled for and it's wrong that Hollywood allows non-Jews to play Jewish roles. She calls it Jew face. She thinks, and she is calling for, Jews to play Jew roles, or maybe more Jews to play Jew roles. So according to Sarah Silverman, okay.
This is from TMZ here.
Okay, stop. Are we
I'm
gonna
not playing a video.
Okay.
No. I'm just going to read the lead. Sarah Silverman is tired of non-Jews playing Jews on camera, be it on TV or in film, and says amid all the cries for representation and casting, the Jewish people are left out, and the anti-Semitism points directly at Hollywood.
So do you believe what Sarah Silverman is saying is that Jews are getting an unfair shake in Hollywood?
It sure sounds like
Is that what she's saying with a straight fucking face?
It sure sounds
now,
like it.
Now, this is not an anti-Jew, because I love Jews, and there's wonderful Jewish actors out there, right? Right? But is she really saying that to people? What's the name of Sarah Silverman's podcast?
It's the Sarah Silverman podcast.
It should be called Hail Mary Pass, okay? Now, I want to tell you my opinion on Sarah Silverman. I'm going to start with the positive, okay? So, a long time ago, at the Comedy Store, when it was in its, like, what a lot of people call its dark period, I will tell you, it was my favorite time at the Comedy Store.
Okay.
Because it was about comedy then. And you'll never, ever see this again. So at that time, the guy with the biggest juice at the Comedy Store for the longest time was John Caparulo. He was he was crushing at this point. At this time, he was the top dog there, and he got to pick a lot of stuff in where he is. He's a great comic, man. John Caparulo's a great comic. Well, one day I get to the Comedy Store. I'm obviously on late, and I see Sarah Silverman's on the lineup, and she's right after John Caparulo. So I'm like, this is going to be interesting because Caparulo's killing it at this moment in the OR, and I'd seen people bomb in the OR, like the biggest
good people,
like. Who's the guy that died of a heroin? That
Mitch Hedberg.
Yeah, like AT. You think Mitch Hedberg had the biggest podcast on ATC? The way they constantly talk about him.
Yeah, he is in their Instagram all the time.
I mean, like even when I was on there, I didn't get as much heat as that guy fucking gets on, and he's great. But like, dude. Anyways, so it was like the first time I saw Sarah Silverman there on the lineup at the Comedy Store at this point. So I'm like, oh my God, this could be real interesting. So Caparulo goes up, does Caparulo stuff, and crushes at that time, right? Just fucking crushes it. Sarah Silverman went up and just annihilated.
Oh, really? I didn't.
Annihilated.
I didn't think that's where the story was going.
Annihilated. And I was like, man, much respect to that. Much respect.
And not you're saying this is not like a fame thing, getting her over. This was like her just crushing because she's hilarious. Okay.
She crushed. Yeah. I mean, it was really hard to kill in the OR at that time. And she crushed. So I always had this, super respect for her. So I was doing this show at the Comedy Store called The Naughty Show. And
heard of it. Yeah.
And it was a great live show.
Missed it. Didn't get to see any porn stars or anything.
It was the best. Yeah. It was just the best show at the wrong time.
I would have had so much fun.
You would have, dude. I mean, dude, when we did the improv, we would put up, they would say New Year's Eve numbers and drinks. Right? And then the improv, like, hey, dude, we're going to move it to late night Saturday night. Isn't that awesome? I'm like, what?
Yeah.
And it died there. Because nobody who's doing porn wants to go to a comedy show on a Saturday night. They want to be a porn star hanging out with rappers at a nightclub. So I moved it over there. I'm talking to everybody. Ask Sarah Silverman if she wants to do my show. Ask Sarah Silverman if she wants to do my show.
Naughty Show.
Do the Naughty Show. I want to do the Naughty Show. Do the Naughty Show. Nah, I really don't like that kind of vibe. Blah, blah, blah. Right? I'll get into that. So then I decide, hey, man, it's Gay Pride coming up. I want to do a Gay Pride Naughty Show.
Oh, please tell me that went off.
Dude. It crushed. We had Grindr sponsor us. It was the fucking funniest shit. At that point, it was the most money I'd made on a live show in LA.
That's so funny.
We crushed it. Yeah. So Sarah Pulowski hits up Sarah Silverman going, hey, we're going to do a gay naughty show.
So there's a Sarah Pulowski and a Sean Pulowski?
There's a Sean Pulowski. Sorry, it's Sean Pulowski. Sean Pulowski. Ass. Pulowski. And she's like, I'll do it if you give some of the money from the door to charity. And I'm like, okay, right.
What are we doing?
Because she didn't want to do my show.
But wait. Hold on. I got to understand this now. Did she want her money to go to charity, or she was also getting paid and then some of the money was going to charity?
Yeah.
That second one? Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Okay. But not on your show is what you're saying.
No, she would do this one. And we'll get into this later. Okay. She'll just do this one. Okay, she wouldn't do my straight one. But she would do the gay one if we gave money to charity. Now, Jeff Scott was alive then, obviously. And Jeff told us there's this one place just off of Hollywood Boulevard where older gay people go because they don't have kids. They have no one to help support them or take care of them when they're older. That's a bummer. So this building is for, older gays who've aged out. Yeah, we'll give them a check. How big it is will depend on the door. Huge success. Sarah Silverman shows up. I let her pick where she wants to go. She picks this time. She's doing stand-up, right?
Makes sense, yeah.
She's doing stand-up on the show. I have gotten her the top shelf vibrator from one of our sponsors.
Yeah.
The top shelf vibrator. The number one vibrator you can get. Yeah, okay. I got it.
Okay.
And I'm going to give it to Sarah Silverman for doing my show. On top of the money and the weed and the everything else.
Those
there.
things ain't cheap either.
No, dude.
Yeah.
By the way, and so she's going up, she's killing. She's about to get off, right? And right when she's about to drop her punchline, the fucking sound goes out. Goes out. And I'm listening, I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Oh, that's not good. And you're
She's
at
like,
the
hello?
improv? This
Hello?
is at the improv?
No, this is at the Comedy Store.
Okay.
Hello? What's going on? I go, oh fuck, the sound's not working. So I walk up, I go, what's going on? She starts screaming at me on stage.
At you?
Yeah.
Like you had anything to do with it?
She goes, you fucking asshole, you fucking cut my mic.
Oh, she thought it was on purpose. Oh, no.
I go, what? She goes, you fucking asshole, you cut my fucking mic. And she walks off, right? I go, okay.
What comic would ever do that to another comic?
So I go, give it up for Sarah Silverman. She thinks I cut her mic. Like that makes any sense whatsoever. So I bring up the next comic and I run to the back room. I go, what the fuck was that? She goes, you cut my fucking mic, you fucking asshole. And it was so funny because she was sitting on the table. I was sitting on the famous seat. You'd see all the pictures of the comics in the main room, back room, right?
Yeah.
And they're all on those. She's sitting on a seat next to people. People start to just itch over.
Yeah.
Because they see like Godzilla and King Kong are fucking
That's
engaging.
the room with that weird shower in the back and like
No, not that. So there's the green room, and there's the main room that has the bar, and then next to it is the dressing room where I heard Ghost.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
We'll get to that later.
Everyone moves off because we're locked eyes because we're having a fucking situation right here, right? I go, what are you talking about? She goes, you cut my fucking mic. I go, Sarah, why would I cut your mic? I've been trying to get you on the show for 2 fucking years. Please explain to me how cutting your mic in the middle of your set in a charity event I'm running helps me. How's it help me? What does it do for me? And she goes, I guess I overreacted and I was being a bit of a cunt. I go, yeah. Why would I fucking do that to you? You just blasted me on stage in front of fucking... She goes, I'm sorry, right? So I'm like trying to salvage this fucking friendship. She gets up. She's like, I'm going to go. She walks up. I hand her money. And I go, hey, man, I got you this. It's the top shelf vibrator. And this is what almost every female comic does. Oh, I hate these things. I fucking hate them, but thank you. Boom, right? And they always say they hate the vibrator and they don't want them, and they always take the vibrator.
That's so funny. Yeah.
And it's so fucking funny, man, because it's like this weird thing that female comics do, where it's like, don't sexualize me, but all they do is sexualize themselves, right?
Yeah.
And
it's almost like they when you do it.
Have you seen Whitney's new picture she's done on Instagram?
No. I'll look it up. It's almost like when you do it, they kind of are self-aware and feel the guilt or the weirdness from them doing it all the time. You know what I mean?
Most of it comes from them trying to explain why things aren't going the way they want it to. What's that, the Fifth Element?
Well, she's changing her hair color every fucking week.
What is going on?
Yeah, I don't.
It's like, and who takes that picture?
I don't really.
And what is this?
I don't know.
Like, what is this?
I don't know her at all, so I would hesitate to speculate on what's going on inside this woman's head.
Let's go back.
There's something going on there.
Let's go back to Sarah. So
yeah,
I'm like, fuck you, right? Right? I mean, like,
why would wait? What happened when you had passed through the?
She goes, I don't usually like these things. Boom.
She did the same thing.
Off.
Okay, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it's a gift.
So she wouldn't do the straight fucking naughty
show.
So
funny to me though. She insisted that you give money to charity, but just not her money.
Right.
That's so funny.
Right. And then on top of that, right? She's like, "Oh, I won't do the straight naughty show." Then this guy Chris Blackburn basically does the black version of the naughty show, which is like Penthouse Comedy something, right? She does that show.
How much did that piss you off?
Well, no, I mean, at that point, I given up on her.
Yeah, but still, I mean, that's annoying.
Right?
Yeah.
So now we're here. Now we're here at. So you see that Sarah has this tendency to fucking go off, right? So now we got this whole controversy with Jewface. She makes a statement, and according to my friend, she's actually talked about. She did something on one of her shows called Blackface versus Jewface, acting like that's the same thing.
Yeah.
Right?
It's not.
Okay? It's so ridiculous. It's so ridiculous.
Well, first of all, and I'll just say this real quick. People who usually get uptight about these things are the first to tell you that Jewish is a it's
not a race.
Right, exactly. And they'll be the first ones to tell you that when it's to their benefit, or they want to be offended about it.
Yeah. Okay, dude. I mean, and this is a very touchy subject.
Yeah.
Because you've been on
Ask the
Tinfoil
black
Hat.
Israelites.
Right. You've been on my show before. You know my opinion on Jews. I love them. I live with a Jew. I did Passover forever. I push back on Jew world order and all that stupid stuff. I always push back on that. I don't think that Hollywood, are there Jews in Hollywood? 100%. There were.
Yeah. Who's saying they're not Jews in Hollywood?
There's a big part of building the industry up.
By the way, I think if we say Jew one more time, we're going to get kicked off of YouTube.
Okay, I mean, like, beep it. I don't know, but
I'm joking. But
I love them.
Not really.
So this really isn't about the Jews, right? It's not about them.
it's about her.
It's about her, okay? And what this represents. So the guy that she's calling out is that actor from Monk. Yeah, he's the guy who's pushing back because he's not Jewish, he's Catholic, and he's playing
Tony Shalhoub.
Yeah, he's playing a Jewish role. And she's pushing back.
Who the fuck cares?
But it's like, right? I mean, it's acting, dude.
Wait, okay. So how many times have Jewish people played Christians and
that's
shows?
another
that's
thing
the
I'm
equivalent.
getting to.
Yeah.
It's just like, so Sarah, are you trying to say that Jews should only play Jewish roles? Is that what you're saying? I mean, if I was a Jewish actor, I'd be like, shut up, I'm trying to work. How many Fiddler on the Roofs can you make?
Yeah. She has no leg to stand on there. I mean,
And all this is a Hail Mary pass to get people to listen to her podcast.
now you're getting to it. Yeah.
Right? And listen, man, honestly, it's hard to get people to listen to podcasts. But you would think Sarah Silverman, right, wouldn't have a problem because she was on everything for a million times. But here she is with all this press at 106. And 106 is impressive.
Oh, yeah.
It's not easy.
No.
Right?
But look at some of the podcasts that are above it. Have you ever heard of these podcasts?
Now, are these comedy podcasts or podcasts?
This is comedy. Top USA. Oh, no, I'm sorry. USA Society and Culture. So she's not even in the comedy ratings, which is more competitive. She's showing up in the Society and Culture rankings, which is not even as competitive as comedy.
Right? Are you telling me Sarah Silverman isn't under comedy?
Yeah. Well, she might be double listed, but I don't think she's charting in comedy. Let me see. Hold on. Genres. Okay, here we go. Society and Culture, News, and Politics are what she's listed in.
She's not listed in comedy at all?
Oh, look right here, dude. The Sarah Silverman podcast. See this? And then it's got her links to her RSS feed and stuff, and then genres: society and culture, news, and politics.
Wow,
it's weird, right? But it is less competitive though. We double list Punch Drunk in comedy and in sports because sports is less competitive. Comedy is comedy's a war zone. It's the hardest one.
It's crazy to me.
Yeah.
So, anyways,
well, maybe it's not comedy. Maybe she's right. If she's talking about shit like Jewface the whole time, maybe she's doing the right thing here, not putting it under comedy.
Well, maybe dude, for sure, and points on that.
Thank God for small mercies.
But it's like, now she's forced this guy. So, I mean, even 106, right? I mean, for Sarah Silverman, just doesn't. I don't get it.
It's not. Yeah,
It makes no fucking sense to me.
Like these are the top shows in Society and Culture. You got Storytime with Seth Rogen, which I don't know. That's also another guy cheating the system by putting it in Society and Culture and not comedy. Stuff You Should Know from iHeartRadio. This American Life, which that's a huge radio show. A bunch of shit I've never heard of. Coffee with Kaylee.
I mean, it's a different vibe.
Radio Lab's a pretty big show. Freakonomics. That's
It's a
Malcolm
different
Gladwell.
vibe than comedy, right?
Go Ask Allie. Yeah, it's just a different thing, man. You're right. Revisionist history.
Right.
Listen, a top 30 show in this category is the Joe Rogan Experience Review podcast.
That's
by Adam
so
Thornton.
interesting.
So it's just the show that reviews episodes of the Joe Rogan Experience.
Then you see in
And it's top
comedy,
30.
the Joe Rogan experience is in the top
I'm
200.
not surprised. Just you could get the heat off of just people misspelling that podcast.
No, 100%. So if we go back to basically this guy, this Tony Shalhoub, he's had to answer questions on this quote unquote controversy.
Russell Brand at 33, guy I like a lot.
But you would think Russell Brand would be in that area, right?
Yeah, she's not. Yeah.
Is her YouTube doing well?
Let's see.
Anyways, the point is this, is that Sarah Silverman is, and it's so interesting because I don't hate anybody who takes advantage of opportunities that were afforded to them. Like, a great example of that is Liza Schlesinger. Like, that woman has taken advantage
YouTube's doing well.
of everybody. Yeah, she's doing
She's
big.
got about 160 subscribers, 160,000 subscribers, and she's getting, 100, 200, 700,000 views video, it looks like. She's partnered with this Jash thing, though, and they
that's her thing, though. She owns that.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, good for her
Yeah, good
on
for her.
that. But it's just like,
But these are, look how old these videos are, though. These are all from like 7 years ago.
Oh, she
7
hasn't
years
put it-
ago, 5. Yeah, her last video was 5 years ago.
oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's really fucking
And
weird.
it's registered to vote for Bernie.
Oh, my God. It's very weird. Anyway.
There's so many.
Stop. I can't
More
hear her
reasons
voice.
why Bernie is the one for Sarah.
I can't hear it. Anyways, my point being this is that this is obviously a Hail Mary pass to get people to listen to her podcast, right? Even if she's passionate about it. The notion that you would make this on a national level is just unforgivable, in my humble opinion. I'm sorry, man. You are fucking with people's lives. And this is what we've seen. I'm sorry, with the Me Too movement. Like, how many of these girls coming forward are just for exposure? They're willing to scorch people's lives. Is Sarah Silverman saying that Jews should only play Jewish roles?
It doesn't make. It's so clear, dude, that she gave this the least amount of thought. If you
No,
get
but
past,
she's been saying this forever, though.
yeah, but it's clear that she hasn't challenged it in her mind. She was just like, "This is what I'm gonna say, and I'm going with it."
So back to the whole point is like, she's been afforded a lot of opportunity. Like, she's been the golden girl of Hollywood in comedy for a very long time, right?
Big time. Yeah.
And like everything is the cycle of life. New blood's in, right? I
Yeah,
mean, look
looks
at me.
like-
I mean,
Alana Glazer, is like kind of taking her
right?
sort of
So
vibe,
there's
yeah.
new blood in there, and like and here's an example of how plugged in Sarah Silverman is. She can get anything she wants on her fucking podcast put out by all these websites, right?
Anytime
Right?
her publicist is gonna send a
Right?
statement out. And
I mean, and it just goes back to what I'm saying is like system entertainers. Sarah
got-
Silverman is a system entertainer.
huge advantages though over outfits like ours, independent outfits with no sort of industrial backing. You know what I mean? It's like-
No, I mean, like, she's her own person, right?
But
she has opportunities afforded to her.
She also has people, though, in a very industrial Hollywood sense. She's got a manager, an agent, a booking agent, a fucking publicist.
Yeah, but she's like a golden child. She's from that Jack Black, Patton Oswalt. Who else is the other guy that just the guy from Zach Galifianakis, who's like the most interesting out of all of them. David Cross.
He's from North Carolina.
But he's kind of just went off and did his own. He's kind of done, right? I respect the shit out of him.
Yeah, I like that guy. Yeah.
Right? But this chick has been like, she got a second season on her show after one airing. Like, they're like, oh, we're renewing it. It's like, what are the ratings? We're renewing it. And it's like, God bless her. But it's like, guess what, man? It's like, you're fucking with other people's lives. And this is my biggest problem with her clique, is that they're all closing doors behind them. Right? So like, there's young actors coming up that, and she's like, no, you can't play that role because you're not the acting group. It's like, that's not acting. Bill Burr did a whole bit about it, about the crippled, when they got mad at the crippled guy, that the crippled role wasn't played by an actual cripple. And he's like, it's acting, 100%.
Yeah, can you imagine if like Daniel Day-Lewis, people got pissed off that he played My Left Foot because he wasn't.
It just makes no sense.
Locked in his body. I mean, give me a break.
It makes no sense. Yeah. And just as this is Sarah Silverman scorching the earth, closing doors behind her. It's acting. He got that role because he was the best actor for that role.
And he's killed it, dude. You're complaining about a guy who's been crushing it in that role for what, a decade or more? How long has he been playing Monk?
I don't even know if it's that role, though. It might be another role. But the point is that it's just like, are you telling these Jewish actors they can only play Jewish roles? Is that what you're saying?
No, I mean, are
you really complaining about how Jews are treated in Hollywood?
90% of their work would be gone.
Right? It just doesn't make any sense, man. And this isn't against you. I'm not into that whole thing, but it's like, what are you talking about, Sarah Silverman?
Oh, and this is, okay, so apparently she's also pissed that Katherine Hahn is playing Joan Rivers in something. And
I wonder why. What? I wonder who she thinks should be playing Joan Rivers.
That's so funny. Yeah. Excellent point. Yeah. I wonder if they were up for that role.
Yeah, I wonder.
I would kill to know that.
Do you know I never liked Steve Harvey?
He's getting crushed right now.
The bald black guy, right?
Yeah. He's getting crushed for a dumb outfit he wore.
Because he tried to steal that movie that Bernie Mac was in, Ocean 12 or Ocean 11.
Yeah.
He tried to steal the role from him by telling the producers all the shady shit that Bernie Mac was into.
Really?
Like, I'll respect that shit.
Well, they're probably just inviting him to more parties if they find out he's into shady shit. They don't care in Hollywood. What, really? He was trying to rat him out? Like, yeah, he's into some weird sex.
Are you right? I think they've done gigs together, too, though. Why do I feel like those two have been, not Joan Rivers, but Sarah Silverman and this chick, we're in projects together. See if they were in projects together.
Okay, let me. One could argue, for instance, that a Gentile, non-Jew, playing Joan Rivers correctly would be doing what is actually called Jew face. That's her quote. So.
Can you believe she's even saying that?
She used the word Gentile.
Like. Why
didn't she say goy? I mean, come on.
It's like unbelievable, dude. It hurts the art.
It just makes no sense, dude. It's like saying that if you grew up Protestant. Guess what? You can't play any non-Protestant roles now.
Like, it doesn't make any sense. Yeah. And it's just like, they would listen, dude, as producers, at that point, everybody who's connected, meaning they have great careers, right? They're picking from a pool of successful actors and actresses, right? Wouldn't they take the best one?
This is I can't believe this. I keep waiting to hear something that explains, like, oh, she actually doesn't mean quite what we're thinking. But she clearly, it's just insanity. It doesn't make any sense.
It's just insanity. And what she's trying to do is get that chick off that role.
I would buy it. Yeah.
I
believe that. Yeah.
And it's like my problem when they took Chris D'Elia off that show, that movie, and put in Tig Notaro. Like, that's always what it's about. It's never about right and wrong. It's about them getting theirs. And that's why I have my issues with Tig too. But she's a great comic. She said some really nasty shit to me at a fucking gay charity event.
I remember you telling me that.
It's like, I guess I have problems with people at gay charity events, huh? Yeah. Like, every time I'm trying to raise money for...
What did she say? It was awful. I remember you telling me. What was
Brian Callen, it's so funny how long Callen and I have been friends. He could make a gig. He's like, you want to do it? I'm like, yeah, I'll fucking raise some money for the gays. Why not?
I remember now.
Show up. She's like, why are you here? Yeah. What are you doing here?
What the fuck?
I'm here to do stand-up. At this show? It's like, get the fuck out of here.
Reminds me of an episode of Louis where he's like doing a gig with Seinfeld, you know, and it's at this like really fancy place where you have to get a car to, like a Rolls Royce out to, and everybody's just looking at him like he's the biggest piece of shit, you know, when he shows up.
So I want to get into a couple other stories.
Okay.
So that's my take on that. I think it's super sad.
Yeah, it's sad kind of, but it's also just ridiculous. I mean,
And
like, what the fuck?
it's petty.
Yeah, it's petty.
And it's selfish.
It's obvious though too. It's
yeah,
not, yeah.
And
It's embarrassing for her.
just imagine saying, I mean, like that Jews are getting shafted in Hollywood. I mean, now, dude, come hang out with me. I hang out with tons of broke Jews. I mean, there's a ton of broke Jews out there, right? I mean, but to sit there and act like people aren't getting shot. I mean, it's so fucking ridiculous, and it's petty, and it's sad, and it's desperate, and that's my opinion. Remember what she cried about? She was at a roast. Everyone called her old. She cried about it.
No, I didn't know. That's funny.
You never heard about that?
No.
Even Bill Maher was like, dude, it's a roast. Everyone gets shit.
That's funny. That's funny. No. Where did she cry on the roast? Like on panel at the
she
roast?
went on a fucking tour complaining about people saying she was old.
Oh, God.
But that's the access Sarah Silverman has. Like, she can just start calling up, hey, I want to come on your show and talk about how mean they were to me. Like, how many people have that accent? Dude, everything she talks about somehow becomes a clip in every major legacy media story.
It's because she's got that old Hollywood juice or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, 100%. She's a system entertainer, and that system is dying and no longer has a place for her, and she's freaking the fuck out. Pretty soon she'll be taking pictures of her naked on a balcony.
Apologies to Whitney Cummings.
I love Whitney, even though she scorched two of my friends. I fucking do love her. I don't think you can emotionally connect with her. And I've said this for years. She's just a Terminator, dude. I wouldn't doubt if she looks through her eyes just like the Terminators do, where they're calculating, they're just crunching data and shit. Can I just talk one more funny thing?
Yeah,
the WNBA, the Phoenix Rise, I don't know what they're called. Phoenix Mercury.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, the Phoenix Flyers. Who gives a
They
shit?
they have a playoff game. They got kicked out of their arena for something on ice. Disney on Ice.
The Ice Capades?
Disney on Ice.
Disney on Ice,
something.
really? Okay.
And it's both sad and it's both like, now you know why you don't pay. Now, this comes from a guy that can barely fill a cafeteria in high school. So, I mean, take it with a grain of salt. But they got kicked out for their playoffs. They can't even play in their home arena.
Can you imagine the fucking Lakers getting kicked out of Staples Center for
The arena's like, no, we got Disney on Ice coming.
That tells you that what you're dealing with there as far as the status of that sport, you know, the stature of it. I just feel like the WNBA is kind of like you're kicking somebody while they're down. You know what I mean? Like just talking about them, I feel guilty about it because they're just not.
No,
They're
here's
trying.
the problem.
They're trying, dude.
I support them because I like basketball. My problem is you just keep hearing them saying they should get paid what the NBA gets paid. That's like me saying me and Joe Rogan should get the same money for gigs.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. And
I know we talked
Godspeed.
about this on Punch Drunk, but I really do honestly believe that it's just like something's going on with female sports.
what do you mean?
There's just constant complaining going on, like all the time.
Well, wait. I don't think that's. I think that's in the air, dude. That's the culture right now. Everybody's complaining about their circumstance right now and blaming their conditions on external matters, not internal.
You hear from baseball, basketball. Do you hear from basketball as much?
No,
I mean,
no. Well,
basketball is more society stuff. But like in terms of their game and what's happening in the game, you hear that from basketball. You hear that from football, like complaining about the game.
Yeah,
I just feel like women's tennis, women's soccer, they just can't stop crying about everything.
I'm saying women in general right now.
Well, that's my whole point. Is like,
It's a cultural thing, though.
do we have to start questioning whether we are okay? I already talked about that and the other thing, but go on with Squid Games.
Oh no, you seem to have some thoughts on it. You liked it.
I like it. I'm only 4 episodes in.
What it didn't get a lot of promotion. You didn't see it like promoted on the billboard.
Here it is, man.
And it rose to
is
the top.
incredibly interesting, but it's also, I'm going to say, fits into Netflix low frequency shit. Like, it's just like,
It's got an anti-capitalist vibe to it, for sure.
It's got is it's just like more violence. Like, how much of Netflix is murder?
A lot of violence.
And you talk about this all the time.
Anti-gun.
You talk about how when you were at the newspaper, murder always
God.
sold,
Oh,
right?
big time, yeah.
So we see that. But everything on fucking Netflix now, and maybe it's my algorithm. I'd love to hear what you're seeing in your algorithm.
go on,
Is it murder? Is it like everything's a dark doc about some dark stuff? It's like, it's my theory on why they didn't pick up Duncan Trussell's new show, his show.
They didn't pick that up, really.
For a second season. It was
unbelievable.
#2 in the world on Netflix. And it didn't get I mean, maybe they'll bring it back, but they haven't.
Unbelievable. Okay, I got something called Midnight Mass, which is this ominous, understated, scary, and emotional. So it's like some preacher comes to town. It's kind of a dark, scary thing.
Right.
I've got. Let me see. I've got Black Mirror. Oh, these are Watch It Again. Hold on. Popular on Netflix. It's recommending me something called The Guilty, which is a remake with Jake Gyllenhaal, where he's this 911 operator that has to help somebody out of a really shitty situation.
Oh, do you hear him like trying to talk about, oh my God, it was so much torture working with Jennifer Aniston. I want her so, I've always fantasized about her.
What you
so,
saying? He's putting a little act on there.
Oh, it's so gross. But see, that's the beauty of the internet. It's made all that stuff so phony.
Yeah, I don't trust mine anymore, though, because my girlfriend's been watching shit on there, so I'm getting weird shit like Grey's Anatomy that I would never watch. I can't really trust mine.
Yeah, but the new shows, right? It's all some low frequency shit.
Yeah. Well, and I think they also do this thing where they just throw a bunch of shit against the wall. Like, they have so much money now that they can afford to just say, green light, green light, green light, green light, and just check this shit out.
It's interesting, dude.
And whatever.
I mean, this should be the golden era of Hollywood. I can't tell if it's dying or it's doing well or it's just reorganizing, right?
Oh, by the way, I saw the new Bond.
Yeah?
It's fucking good, yeah.
Those movies are always great. Is it doing well? I don't think it's doing well because the whole thing was like Bond was going to be a black chick now, and everyone like...
Well, no, the creator said that it has to be a man. Like, they're like, James Bond is a man. His name is James.
Yeah.
The creators were, and Daniel Craig, even the guy who plays Bond, was like,
well, he was like, oh man, maybe it could. Before he was kind of like, yo, it's interesting. Now he's like, no, man, it's got to be it's cultural Marxism, right?
Yeah, well, but that was what I was going to get to. Part of it is, for part of the movie, they let this black woman be 007, like she is 007, and that's for sure the red meat for like the cultural Marxists, like feeding the master, you know what I'm saying, like or serving the master, and then kind of getting away with it.
Listen, dude, now you see nothing but black women on TV shows, and I love it because they were so underserved forever. But it's just like, if you want a black secret agent, make a black female secret agent movie.
Yeah, that's exact. Well, that's what Craig said. Yeah, that's what Daniel Craig said. He was like, yeah, if they want, there should be more roles for women, but this is not one of them.
Yeah.
There should be more spy roles for women.
I totally agree.
Because all those violent women murderer spies that are out there in the world, they should be represented in Hollywood.
Well, according to Sarah Silverman, if you're going to play an assassin, you have to have already killed somebody.
It was #1. Bond was, but yeah, I don't know if it was like as big as the others, but it was #1. I love those movies, and I think Daniel Craig, Godspeed to him, he was the best Bond to me. I like Sean Connery; he's my second favorite. But to me, Daniel Craig brought that into the modern filmmaking. That series with Pierce Brosnan lagged behind modern cinema for a long time, well into the late '90s. And then when Daniel Craig got there,
how long's he been there?
2006, something like that. Like
really?
15 years. Yeah, he was like 37 when he took over, and he's like late 40s now. So yeah, he's been there a while.
He's like, I'm ready for something
well,
different.
dude, and they hated him when he first came in. I went back and looked at some of the old headlines. It was like, "Blonde bomb is a bore," "Blonde Bond is a bore," and then apparently paparazzi. Well, we'll see if it's actually paparazzi or they leaked it. But that that video of him coming out of the ocean in Casino Royale, where he's just ripped up And they're like, okay, wait a minute. You know, this
We
guy,
are a little hottie.
yeah, that's exactly what happened.
We
yeah.
are a little hottie.
Because he wasn't that shredded before Bond, you know. He kind of got in shape for Bond, and I think everybody thought he was just gonna not have the charisma to pull it off. But I thought he was great, and God bless him. He's gonna go into retirement now. He said he wanted to slit his wrist rather than do another Bond last time, so I think they paid him to come do one more. If it's Idris Elba, let it be Idris Elba. I think he'd be fine. If you got to be a black guy, let it be a black guy. Who cares?
I don't even care if he's black. I just think you're gonna ruin the brand just because everything's being flipped black.
Just make it the best actor.
People are tired of it. It's just like, dude, it's not even that people care that much. Like, Black Bond isn't gonna affect anybody's life. It's just not. It's just like this too. It's
it just becomes about a win. They want to win. It's like Confederate. Remember those guys, Benioff and Weiss, the guys that created Game of Thrones. These guys, I mean, they were creatively exhausted, I'm sure, by the end of Game of Thrones, and that's part of the reason it sucked. You know, for some people at the end of it, I thought it was fun. They were going to do that show Confederate, dude, which was going to be an alternate history thing on what if the South had won the Civil War, and it was going to be all this crazy shit going on in modern day, you know, like where everything's Robert E. Lee fucking University or whatever.
Right.
And they got shot down because it became a target for these left-wing assassins of culture. You know what I mean? They just go in and target things.
Yeah, yeah.
And that show would have been great. And it just became about a win, though. You know?
Well, also, though, I think, honestly...
It wasn't going to be like the Confederacy. Yeah.
Right. But I also think those guys shit in the bed on the end of...
That didn't help, man. That didn't
really
help.
fucked
Yeah,
them,
HBO
dude.
would have stood behind him, I think, if it wasn't for that.
But I think everyone got... Even Star Wars, like... They were supposed to do a Star Trek, right? Or Star Wars?
Star Wars is your... Yeah.
And that didn't happen, right?
Well, it's because, dude, the way and I talked with Conspiracy Kyle about this a little bit, the way they shot those movies, you wouldn't believe it, dude. Star Wars, which is all dependent on all the movies fitting together and the plot and everything, they shot the first one, and then the second one had no script to go by. It didn't have to follow any rules from the first one. It was just like, now you do what you want to do, and we'll just try to fit it all together. Basically, is how they shot that thing, really. Which thing they were trying to do it like Marvel, kind of. And the guy who came in and did the second one just had no reverence. He threw out everything basically that J.J. Abrams wanted to do. He made Luke Skywalker, you know, because remember the end of Force Awakens where she's handing him this lightsaber and it's about to be like a real serious moment, and you can tell Abrams wants to set it up as like this moment of reverence where Luke Skywalker takes the lightsaber for the first time he's seen it in decades, and you know, weeps or something like that. And the first move of his movie to get rid of it, he just throws it over his shoulder like, fuck this thing. Which, you know, that's what Luke Skywalker would do, of course. And the whole thing became a joke. Anyway, I'm going to do reviews real quick. We'll do a few and then we'll do news.
But we didn't get in the squid.
Well, you didn't seem to have much to say. We were trying to talk about...
I mean, like, I'm only episode 4. I mean, I don't want to ruin it for people.
Yeah, it's... I guess there's not much to say about it, really.
Can I just say, I was going to talk about this on Conspiracy Social Club. I'll say it here. The thing that weirds me out about that show is I know that this shit, maybe not that elaborate, happens in real life.
Like the most dangerous game kind of shit?
Yeah, I know like some down and out motherfuckers end up having to fight for survival.
And if you don't know what we're talking about, the plot of the show is like, okay, all these poor people, this guy comes around
not
to them.
Not just poor people, but we're talking like
people who owe money. People who owe money.
We're talking about people who've hit a bad skid in life.
Yeah, mostly people who owe money. Though.
Oh, not just, I mean, a lot of money.
Yeah, like, and by the way, if you want to see what inflation will do to your the value of your currency, we had this Korean money. It's like $18 zillion. And I look it up online, like how much it is. And it's like, oh yeah, that's like 200,000 US dollars, you know.
Unbelievable. And they're trying to do it here too, dude.
Yeah, they're trying. Yeah,
they're trying.
It really is though. It's like 10,000 Korean won is what this guy can barely afford to get a fried chicken dinner for his daughter with 10,000 won, which is like, okay, that's what they're doing. But yeah, so this guy goes around and recruits these people by testing to see if they will endure physical pain for money. He has this little gambling game. Let's say it's like it's like flipping a coin, basically. It's kind of what they're doing. And if you lose, he slaps the shit out of you.
Right.
And then if you you win, he pays you a little bit of money.
Yeah.
And then it ends up with him just slapping the shit out of
Yeah,
you.
let's not give away too much.
But
'cause-
that's how he recruits people to a game that is really taking advantage of poor people for a cash prize, basically.
yes,
Is what
people
we'll say.
who are down and out.
But it's highly entertaining.
Yes, it is. It is
Intense. It's
like,
intense.
Yeah, it's intense.
The main guy is great, though.
How
to me.
long are the episodes?
It varies. The last two, the second one, the second from last is 30 minutes, and the finale is an hour. So,
My whole feeling is I feel like some of the earlier ones were longer, and then one gets super short.
Yeah.
I feel it's interesting because Netflix hasn't had a real hit in a long time.
This is what counts.
Like, what were the big hits? Ozarks and first season. After that, they went Marxist culturalism. Like, all the women started kicking ass. That's when you know the show's gotten so big that like the president of the company's like, hey man, can we make this more
What happened with
modern?
Marvel, dude? Yeah. Let's just skip the news. We're at an hour and a half.
Yeah,
so
let's get into.
We'll get reviews next time. Please leave reviews and we'll read them 5-star reviews.
We don't
only.
want to do reviews now.
Well, we're at 90 minutes. Do you want to just go to news?
Okay, go to news.
I mean,
There's
it's up
some
to you.
funny ass.
Oh, I can read them.
Reviews.
Shit. Okay. All right. I'll get to them. Okay. This is from DKW 42069. Nice. Read my 5-star review is the subject. The show is a blend of homoerotic, sensual ASMR and premium Vietnamese comedy. The show is easily one of the top podcasts on Apple, not only for its traditionally quaint humor, but its main sell is its nerdy host, Jay Nice, appreciate it, and co-star male tranny, whom never ceases to make me laugh. I think that's an unnecessary whom there. Who never ceases. Hilarious work with a nice change of pace from tinfoil. Honestly makes my beehole wet every time. You're not doing it right. Your beehole does not lubricate naturally.
Yeah, that sounds like you gotta get checked.
Yeah, you might have a problem there, sir. This podcast is definitely responsible for keeping the man diaper industry afloat.
I don't even know what that means.
This guy is, and I want to hear about this. I'm just going to put the camera on you when we talk about this. Is from Christian something cast. I don't know. I sent you guys a bobblehead, and you didn't even use it.
What?
Have you gotten a bobblehead? I don't have a bobblehead.
I don't got a bobblehead.
So
What's the bobblehead?
Chris Anthony cast. Fuck me. I'm stupid. Tweet at me at Johnny Woodard. Tell me where the bobblehead, where you sent it. Do you still have that
P.O. box? Yeah.
Have you checked it lately?
Yeah, but I haven't gotten a bobblehead. I would totally bring the bobblehead out.
Okay.
But hold on. I don't know what the bobblehead was. Not everybody gets in the bobblehead thing. You can't just send a bobblehead.
Okay.
It's got to be a certain level of bobblehead.
Yeah.
Right? Don't send me like, you know, Van Exel, right?
Van Exel, yeah.
From the Lakers.
He kept the Lakers afloat for some dark years there. Okay, I don't want to hear about
like,
it.
I'm gonna fucking put him up in the.
He was
what
a
they
bright.
call this place? The
Oh God, what was it? Babylon.
Babylon.
Right?
Right?
This, he gave us a 5-star review, and we said we'd read it if it was a 5-star review. So here we go. This is from this next guy, Bear Tough Guy. He said that he misses you on Punch Drunk. Come back home, Sammy.
I just did it.
He says you either became absent from the pod or are running an errand when you're on the pod. Come back home, Sammy. So he gave us 5 stars.
Thank you for the 5-star.
This is from Big Daddy Catfish 5. I guess there were 4 other people with Big Daddy Catfish, and he had to go 5.
Big Daddy 4, Big Daddy 5.
Oh, finally. Twerking Jewish girlfriend is the subject. This podcast and TFH are 2 of my favorites. Love listening at home and at work. Even got my girlfriend to listen. She's Jewish and she twerks it for me, Sammy.
I love it.
She loves it. We both think you guys make the perfect team. Thank you. Johnny the nerd dork Weezer fan and Sam the crippling sex and drug addict illiterate. P.S. Sam, stop saying okay after all the promos. And I think the return of Saturn is what the Bible talks about in Revelations. I love that he got that little bit of conspiracy talk in there at the very end.
Do you think they enjoyed our Sarah Silverman talk?
Yeah, please let us know in your 5-star reviews if you enjoy. We will not read it if you give us a 3-star review, but a 5-star review we
How
will
about
read.
4? Will you do 4?
No, hell no.
we
Only
do
5-star reviews.
Only
This is
5.
from Kevin J. Nass. Wife approved is the subject. Been a listener for a long time and play it while we cook. At first, my wife thought Sam's voice was annoying.
I'm surprised more people don't think that.
But she's cracking up all the time now. Mucho love from that guy, Kevin J. Nass. Fuck Banks, 5 stars. Armenian moron is the subject. I love Sam. Thank you, Johnny, for changing his diaper occasionally.
Oh, my
You're
God.
welcome.
5 stars, and thank you.
Thankfully, he had twins, so I won't have to do that in his old age now.
Hey,
there was a
dude.
time there. It was looking like it might
You
have
were
been
nervous?
me.
You had to
I was
power
up.
wash
yeah,
my
yeah.
beehole?
I was up now, yeah.
Now you're going to have to power wash my beehole?
I was on deck. Now I'm finally moved back in the list a little bit. This is from Roy, DL3. I wonder, Roy's on the DL, huh?
Roy,
on the
you
DL.
getting that DL, huh? You like rappers and Republicans on the DL?
Top 5 favorite. Top 5. We could be a little higher in top 5.
I'll
Roy,
take
dude.
top 5.
Okay.
We don't even know. It could be top 5 of the bottom 5.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I absolutely love this show and tinfoil. I never miss an episode and always piss myself excited when there's a new episode. Keep doing what you're doing.
A lot
We
of
love you all.
excursion and excretion.
Yeah, a lot of excretion. You're
A
right.
lot of excretions in the 5-star.
It is kind of strange. Huh?
Bowel movements galore.
I don't know. You tell me if I can't remember if we read this one. I got to mark.
Read it anyways.
This is from Don't Judge Me, 5 stars. I will blame the brain implants for my atrocities is the subject. First, I have to say.
Oh my God! We should have. Okay, dude, we gotta record something. Go on.
Okay. First, I have to say I'm always excited to see a new upload. The dynamic between Sammy T and Jay Nice is butter for my toast. I could be the jelly for that sandwich if you all are interested. We'll consider. Although it's a little weird that you're putting butter and toast and jelly on the same sandwich. I'll just say that. Thanks.
Oh, why? They do peanut butter and jelly. You can't have butter and jelly?
Nah, I'm not
That
into
is weird.
Yeah, it's a little soggy. Thanks to speaking of excretions, thanks to these guys, I know I have to get a hold of Elon Musk for some brain chips in order to excuse any of the daily atrocities committed. Hook me up to 2 computers, one surfing the hub to mince my meat. I think he's talking about jerking off, and the other to stream these guys' latest content. Appreciate it. P.S. Come back to Arizona. I couldn't make it to your last show in Phoenix. I'll get front row seats so you can tell my wife that you want to watch us get busy.
Yeah, I do. I love watching people hump. I'm waiting for one couple to let me do.
Have you ever done that? Just been voyeur for a sex?
Let
sex
people
session?
watch me hit it?
No. You watch somebody else bone. Like
I would watch anybody bone.
have you though?
No, I mean I've been to sex clubs and saw people fucking.
Sex club, really?
Like swingers clubs and shit?
Yeah, really. Where?
You've never been to a swingers club?
What the fuck are you talking about?
I used to do stand up in swingers clubs. And they were always the same thing.
I love that you just did. You've never been to a sex club?
You've never been to a swingers club.
Look at me.
Johnny, by the way, you look like everybody at a swingers club. By the way, you're the guy that watches some like
Nobody wants me at a sex club.
Dude, everybody, this is every couple this is all the action at a sex club. It's always black guys in dreadlocks, fucking giant polar bears. That's what it is. Just big, thick white
Just
women.
spearing them right through the puss.
Man's on the side. Yeah.
Tripoli is a comedy savant. This is from Christopher Embry, 5 stars. I don't
This
care.
guy gets it.
I don't care what Johnny says. You are the man, Sam. You both bring me so much happiness. Friends I never met. That is how good y'all are. Chris Embry in San Antonio. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Friends you never met. That's a significant thing to say.
Aw, Johnny.
That's a nice thing to say. This is from Al Beers, 5 stars. Simulation. Thank you, Sam. I now pronounce simulation the way you
How
insist
is
I
it
pronounce.
pronounced?
Simulation. You've been getting it right, though. lately.
Simulation.
I think we got it. I think we're caught up.
Guys, those are your 5-star reviews.
If we missed you, leave another one.
Secretion.
Yeah, just delete your old one and leave another one. I'll get caught up here.
Okay.
I feel like these law enforcement, you notice they get a little too goofy and creative in naming operations. Like they always get carried away with naming.
Right.
This one to me I have a problem with this. So Scranton, Pennsylvania, they did a sex sting, and that's where the office is set, right? and the company in the office called Dunder Mifflin, and they called this thing the U.S. This is the headline: U.S. Marshals organized quote Operation Dunder Mifflin to track down sex offenders in popular television shows home city.
Dunder Mifflin?
That's the name of the paper company that they all work for. Yeah, in the office.
I saw somebody walk around with a Dunder Mifflin
shirt, yeah.
Incorporated shirt.
Yeah. There a lot of people wear those. Yeah.
What?
It's the paper company in that show. Yeah.
Oh my God. And they're all pedophiles?
Warnham Hogg was the name. Warnham Hogg was the name of the one in the English office.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, I'll show you some faces, and you tell me if you don't see it, because I do. These fellas have had some rough nights here. Real life criminal cases oftentimes inspire big screen and small screen dynamic productions. However, it was the other way around recently in Scranton. The U.S. Marshals announced on Monday that it conducted what it dubbed Operation Dunder Mifflin, an effort to verify the registered addresses of convicted sex offenders. The name of the operation was a hat tip to the office. So, yeah, to me, that's just getting a little bit carried away.
Well, I mean, it's creative, man. I mean, like everything, like you could name.
But do you think that suggests though that they're like workshopping names for these things?
Of course,
you know what
I mean, there's spitball and stuff. What sticks? You can name any adjective or verb, and I can tell you there's an operation for it, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Well, it's almost the opposite though of like political scandals.
Operation Double Dutch, right?
Yeah, that's for
Operation Marbles.
Starfish. I mean, you got
Operation Brown High.
Project Starfish. You know, you got all this shit. Like, yeah, it's almost the opposite though of like scandals.
Yeah.
You know, like where they just add
or hurricanes.
Watergate, or they add gate to everything.
Oh,
or
yeah,
water,
yeah,
you know?
yeah.
It's like,
P-gate.
yeah, it's just that
P-tape gate.
No creativity
Right?
in those. But these guys spend
Day
like
shift
hours.
stripper gate.
Who do you think's job is to come up with that? You think it's the boss gets that privilege? Probably, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's probably its own department in FBI and all these other things, right? Well, Johnny, you were telling me, bringing back to Dunder Mifflin or whatever,
Yeah, that's it.
that they had offered the HBO offered Gandolfini.
This is great. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay. The Office, back when Michael Scott left, Steve Carell was leaving the show, they were trying to find people to replace him, and they brought a few people in. And they wanted James Gandolfini, not too long off of Sopranos, to be the guy. Like, they approached him. BJ Novak confirmed this, that he really wanted it to be Gandolfini. And you can imagine him doing a pretty good job there. And Gandolfini wanted it. They offered him $4 million, and HBO offered him $3 million.
$4 million an episode?
Well, I think it's,
total?
I think the contract would have been $4 million, whatever the term was. And over that same term, HBO offered him $3 million not to do it. To quote, and this is from BJ
Novak.
No. Michael Imperioli. The guy who played Christopher in The Sopranos, he confirmed this. He said this is absolutely fact. They offered him $3 million not to do it to, quote, preserve the legacy of The Sopranos. That's how they're pissing away money over at HBO, to tell a guy to not fucking take a role.
Well, I mean, HBO back in the Sopranos day was king.
Yeah, I guess. But and Sopranos still is king. I was just reading a story about how it's crushing now. Many Saints in Newark, people are going back and watching it. And it's like the number one.
Joey Diaz is so good.
Did you see it?
I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved
Rest
it.
in peace.
Rest in peace.
Yeah. His fucking brain's blown out. Spoiler alert.
It was hard to watch when that happened. I was like, oh my God. They killed Joey.
Just fucking blew his fucking brains out.
Next story.
Did you get the little joke that they did? I thought it was a little too on the nose, where they're like, "Oh, you're a real comedian." Did you? Yeah. Next story. This is cool. This is cool just for the photo. British Columbia woman awakes to a hole in her roof and a space rock on her pillow. She had a meteorite land on her pillow. Look at that, dude. Isn't that cool, man? Can you imagine waking up to that?
Yeah, until you're sleeping there and your head gets
crushed.
in.
Yeah, she could have died. Golden resident it concludes that a meteor spotted in the area that night just missed her head.
Doesn't that seem like that should happen more? Like,
yeah.
more people should be getting hit by meteors.
Well, but think about how small people are relative to the size of the Earth. You know what I mean? And if we're to believe your population estimates, which is that there aren't nearly as many as 7 billion as they
yeah,
report,
I do believe that.
then or 4 billion or whatever the fuck it's supposed to be,
7 billion.
7 billion. Then yeah, it's likely that they would miss.
You know, that's a good point, Johnny. That's a good point. Point, Johnny. This is why it's your show.
I'm gonna skip a couple here just to get us out of there. Okay, this one is just for the mug shot entirely.
Okay.
I just want you to see this mug. Okay, actually, you know what I'm gonna do? No, I'm gonna give you the mug shot, and I want you to tell me what you think this guy went down for.
Oh, God. Oh,
Okay,
God.
hold on just a second. I'm gonna pull up this mug shot, and I want you to tell me what you think this gent went down for. This is at the Brevard County Sheriff's Office. What the fuck did that guy do? What'd you say? Yeah, okay, I'll give you a little hint. He had an object with him. What kind of object would this guy be maybe swinging around his head?
Oh, man. One of those signs? One of those
No.
signs?
This is the headline. Sword-wielding man accused of starting fire makes it rain in jail cell after arrest. So this guy, Titusville, Brevard County, Florida. It's a Florida man.
Florida man!
Titusville officers found the man, 37 years old. That guy's 37, by the way. Sitting in his front yard holding a sword and chugging a bottle of rum upon responding to an active fire Thursday, according to police. The incident occurred around 2:12 a.m. Nothing good happens after midnight.
Yeah.
On Craig Avenue, where police saw flames 4 feet high stretching from... Is that
a lot?
Yeah, it doesn't sound like a lot.
Doesn't seem like that much.
That was my reaction, too. Stretching from the suspect's home to the middle of the road. While the homes were within 20 feet of the flames, officers said the fires were extinguished before causing any injuries. The subject was drinking Captain Morgan. Is that necessary for us to know?
Yeah, I think it is.
Okay. And he was surrounded by open containers of alcohol, they said. The total cost of damage was $500. And then, once he got to the jail, he proceeded to break the fire sprinkler head in his cell, causing the booking cell in the room to flood. So,
I mean, dude, obviously this guy's tweaking his balls off.
rough
right?
night for this fella.
Yeah, I mean, like, nothing good happens after midnight on Tweak.
Look at that, dude. Look at his face, bro. That guy's
He's like,
at it.
what, bro? I'm a samurai.
Where do you think he thinks he is right now? In that picture, like, where do you think that dude thinks he is right now, looking into that camera? Because he's obviously doesn't know it's a camera.
Well, I think he's like, dude, the aliens are coming, and you're letting them know where I am right now.
Okay. Oh yeah, this is our obsession with OnlyFans continues here. You ready for this?
Yes.
Tell me if you've ever heard of her. I haven't. Porn star Belle Delphine. Have you ever heard of her?
I think so.
She makes $1.2 million a month on her OnlyFans, and she plans to, quote, milk her fans for more.
$1.2
million a month.
What? Look, let me see what she looks
Yeah,
like.
you're gonna see what she looks like. She's one of these like dresses, kind of like she's Asian kind of deal.
Oh my God, dude!
Look at the face. She's got two fans pointed at her. Just to keep her hair in constant motion, I guess. Hey, she's got the same hair as Whitney Cummings. Interesting.
Yeah.
What do you think that's about?
Yeah, I mean, Whitney would do this in a heartbeat for $1 million a month.
Yeah, so would I.
Yeah, 100%.
Belle Delphine is one of the most popular adult entertainers online. And
Okay, hold on. One of, which means there's probably somebody out there making more. Can you look that up? What are the numbers? Because this is a story I wanted to talk to you about too, about the news. Fucking Putin's mistress.
Oh yeah, you told us about that. I think on tinfoil. What did you say she was worth? What now? Like
$100 million.
Unbelievable. Richest OnlyFans.
It is my theory, Johnny, that the easiest way to move up economic levels is to be a hot chick.
Oh, here we go. Okay, here we go. Top 10 celebrity earners on OnlyFans.
Celebrity earners, they're called now.
Well, I think that's yeah. Here we go.
Why when chicks do sex on camera, it's always like porn stars, celebrity earners?
Well, some of these are celebrities, I guess. 10 is Gem Wolfie. She's a Perth-based model known for her racy selfies with over 2.7 million followers on Instagram. She formerly worked as a chef and a competitive basketball player. Is that anything like a professional basketball player?
Dude, look at how much she makes per day.
she makes a staggering $30,000 per day. That's $900,000 a month on OnlyFans.
Oh my God.
Coming in at 9 is Megan Barton Hansen.
Okay, here's my problem. Already you can tell she's got fake tits, right? Like, I'm not into that. Dude, you make that kind of money, you better have fucking natural hams, man.
1.06 million a month. She's a star. She's on Love Island. And she goes on there. This guy right here is a dude.
Yay, dude.
Safari Samuels. Good name, Safari. $1.91 million a month.
Was he got a giant fucking...
I don't know. Let's see. Safari Samuels made more headlines for joining OnlyFans than he ever did in his music and reality TV career. The rapper signed up in 2020 along with his wife, Erica Mena.
Oh, and he drops hammers on her on the show.
They jumped on the not safe for work bandwagon by tweeting, "Be a fly on our wall. My husband joins me on my OnlyFans."
Oh, so he's got a big black dog.
Oh, here he is right here. Samuel started sharing his amateur adult videos on the platform where fans could peek into the couple's intimate lives for $50. His content reportedly earns him almost $2 million a month.
Oh, my God.
Now, this is my style right here.
What's your style?
Pia Mia. Pia Maya, maybe. I don't know. Pia Maya.
2.2 mil a month.
2.22 mil a month.
A month!
You can subscribe to Pia Mia or Pia Maya.
Oh, my God. We're only to...
And we're at 5. Yeah, this is number 5 right here.
Hey, and we're going to number 1? Or
we're going up.
Oh, my God, dude.
Now, wait, dude. This guy, 8, is the partner of this guy, this bitch right here with a different account. This is his wife. They're making $6 million a month on OnlyFans. This couple is. Erica Mena has her own account. She's making $4.49 million a month.
So they're making, what, 70 mil?
Amateur. I wonder what shit they decided to put on his. Is it like male point of view on his and female point of view on hers? What do you think?
It's interesting. Like, go up. Let's see how hot, because I love black chicks, dude.
Yeah.
She's hot. 4.9.
Going to Miami.
Dude, that's number 6.
Yeah.
We are at number 6.
And you're going to recognize the next one.
Okay.
Mia Khalifa.
Now, here's what I want to say. This is why I tell you porn is the number 1 female sport. This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm telling you, man.
Yeah, the only basketball player on the list is a chick who used to she played, quote, competitive basketball and was a chef.
This is number 1 sport. Holy shit,
Mia Khalifa, who, before OnlyFans, was just dicking around on Instagram, flirting with, hockey players
about
and stuff.
How much money she didn't make in porn. You remember? She's, I don't understand why this woman is, she's obviously attractive. I have no clue why she's so big.
I do.
She's hot.
Yeah, but she's got some real sexuality to her. There's something about her. Mia Khalifa joined OnlyFans after quitting the adult film industry several years ago. The former adult film actress is now dishing out exclusive content that's safe for work but spicy. Boring. Who is buying that?
It's safe for work.
At almost $12.99 a month.
Think about this, dude.
That's boring.
We think NBA players are fucking killing it. Dude, we're entering
Look what she did though. This is smart. This is what you should do, maybe. I'm going to be treating this page like my Instagram without its terms of service. So basically, she's doing all the shit that Instagram won't let her do on here.
I don't even know.
Oh, here we go. Tyga, a rapper, 7.69 million.
That's the guy that used to bang one of the Kardashians, right? And then he got busted hooking up with a trans.
He regularly shared explicit content for $20 per month and was highly displeased after OnlyFans announced it would no longer host such material. He said, "Just deleted my OnlyFans, starting my own platform at MyStar8. More futuristic." What does that mean? More futuristic.
Why is he on this list?
Better quality and only 10 cents, 10% fee. Creators will also be able to make the content of their choice. Maybe we should join him over there. He started this after a leaked image of his privates went viral.
But what? I'm confused.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe this is.
Oh my God.
Cardi B is making almost $10 million a month.
Is she doing anything?
Let's see. I created my OnlyFans because people are stuck at home more, but also because I wanted to be on an app where I can talk only and specifically to my fans. Doesn't sound like she's doing anything too crazy, though. Bella Thorne, who experimented with this and then bailed, $11 million a month.
But she's still on it?
I don't know.
Bella Thorne pissed off all of the content creators because she promised all the shit for this money and then never delivered.
She currently offers a free subscription after that controversy you're describing there.
So how she make 28
Well,
mil?
but for a while she was, I think, and that's where she made
And
her
she
money.
gave that up.
Yeah, there you go.
Dude, she's making $100 million a year.
She made $1 million in her first 24 hours on that. And then number one is Black China, $20 million a month. That's unfucking believable. If you thought the model Black China, aka Angela Renee White, couldn't get more famous than she did from her high-profile relationship with Tyga and Rob Kardashian, think again.
Oh my God, that's Rob Kardashian's. Dude, the Kardashians are just printing money, dude.
Money. Yeah, it's like a mint. The Kardashian mint. She is making millions on the subscription-based platform by regularly posting exclusive adult content, including photos and videos, even catering to specific fetishes.
Dude, you better be sucking off horses, okay, to make that kind of money,
$19.99 a month.
right? But where are the feminists crying about that?
Oh, no, that is feminism in action right there.
Right,
Yeah.
but how come, dude?
That's what they
we
would say.
just saw out of 10, 2 of them are guys. By the way, nobody's paying any money to see white guys get weird, right?
No. Yeah, you're totally right. And by the way, I saw this. Did you ever bump into this guy who is like this photographer, Hollywood photographer, who like to fuck chicks and take weird pictures with him? Do you know what I'm talking about? He's this nerdy looking guy with glasses.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
He's a famous
Photographer, like a portrait photographer. Yeah, and he would like take dirty photos with chicks and kind of inappropriate
and
shit.
he's gotten in trouble,
Yeah,
right?
he's like a piece of shit.
Yeah.
But I was kind of roaming around some weird parts of the internet trying to look for hot photos of that chick in the Bond movie.
Okay.
And there were these photos that came up of her like sucking this guy's dick and like fucking this guy. And I'm like, who is this nerd that she... And I've looked it up, and this guy is like, he would take photos like fucking like celebrities and shit. Like Juliette Lewis, there's this picture of her with her legs spread out like this with him, and they're really creepy though. Dude, there's this like Asian guy
dude,
that
do you
takes
understand,
the picture.
like-
I think that I felt
that's-
uncomfortable looking at
That
it.
is
though.
the big lie of feminism, is like women don't want to be sexual objects.
Yeah, but this wasn't that. These photos weren't going to go anywhere though. This was like something was weird about these photos. Like dark.
Was
dude.
this guy doing anything in those
Yeah,
photos?
he kind of looks like that guy. Hold on, let me see if I can. Hold on, let me see.
Yeah, what's his name? Tyler something?
He's a creep though. He looks like a
Well,
creep.
he's gotten in a lot of trouble.
Hold on. Terry Richardson is
Yeah,
this guy's
that's
name.
him. That's him.
Yeah, and he just, and he took weird photos with like the guys from Johnny Knoxville and Steve-O and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just a weird dude. Like, look at this guy.
Does he got a big hammer?
Yeah, he's like a Tebow type, like slender, but
Yeah, that's
packing heat.
Yeah. I mean, what's so
Remember,
sad,
I told you
dude?
the nerds are packing, dude. Like, see, look at these pictures he took with the Jackass guys. Just weird stuff, man. He took nudes of Miley Cyrus. She's completely nude with like hairy armpits and stuff, and God knows what they did. I mean,
I have this weird thing for Miley Cyrus.
what's a weird thing? She's not
Like, I just think
unattractive.
she's so fucking talented.
She is talented, yeah, for sure.
I gotta be honest with you, I can't stand him, dude.
He shot her wrecking ball video.
Yeah,
this guy.
I can't stand him, dude. I can't stand him, dude. I just think I've heard like he's a piece of shit, dude.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, let's. Can we end this, dude? We're
Yeah,
at
give
2
me
hours.
give me
We're at 2
more
hours.
stories. I'll be quick. Hold on.
Dude, we're over 2 hours.
I know, but I just need actually.
Save him for next
hold
time.
on. No, because these won't. They don't like that. Hold on, but literally these will be quick. I promise. Okay, I'll let you pick. Do you want to hear about? I'll let you pick the last 2 stories. Do you want to hear about guy who lived on raw meat? Do you want to hear about a woman stranded on a cliff and what was actually going on there? Do you want to hear about William Shatner going to space?
I want to hear about the woman on a cliff, and then I'll make a decision on the other two.
Okay. Here's the headline. Firefighters. Woman stranded on cliff was movie mannequin. So look at this. Do you see this? Firefighters called to a California beach to conduct a cliff rescue arrived to find the reported person clinging to the rocks was actually a mannequin from a movie shoot.
They just left there?
I guess so, dude. They should send a bill
And
to
you don't think
whatever
anyone
it
went,
was.
hey, do you need help? And like heard nothing? Hello, are you alive? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're going to think some crazy, their neighbors might think so.
Right.
It's
in Santa Barbara, so everyone's
Yeah, the
drunk
Santa
and
Barbara
high.
County Fire Department said witnesses at Hope Beach Ranch.
Have you ever been to
Hope
Santa
Ranch
Barbara,
Beach.
dude? It's
No,
like
I don't think so.
I've never seen a town that's more late starting ever. Like, it doesn't start... Dude, it's empty till about 11 at night.
No, that's my kind of move.
It's kind of weird.
I like that place then. Anyway, yeah, there you go. There's a picture. It's convincing though. If you saw that, you'd be like, "Oh shit!"
Dude,
what's
I
going
thought
on?
like some chick was doing like OnlyFans from a cliff. That would have been a great story.
This disappoints me because the guy's 90 years old.
Dude, that girl's making 20 mil a year.
Know, it's unbelievable. They're
That's
trying to
more
put,
than NBA players.
They're trying to put William Shatner in space. Amazon is Blue Origin, and I don't want it. The guy's 90 years old. He's the best looking 9-year-old I've ever
That's
seen.
so
Look at
cute.
him.
You think they're going to space? Go on.
Well, you know what I mean, though. They're trying to put him in a rocket and go a little bit high. And I know they're not going to space. It's bullshit. William Shatner's Blue Origin flight has been delayed due to weather.
Of course.
Anyway, leave William Shatner alone. Look, first of all, anytime something about William Shatner comes up, I just want everybody to look at how he looks at 90 and pray that they look like that. Look at that dude. Like that's 90 years old right there, bro.
Yeah.
Doesn't he look great for 90?
Look how great he is, and look how awful George Takei is right now. I mean,
Yeah.
George Takei is just melting.
And then last story, man who has lived on raw meat, including raw chicken, for 3 years says his body is filled with energy. Weston Rowe's largest meal is usually lunch. A pound of raw meat with a half pound
does he
of
throw
unsalted
up?
butter and 3 or 4 raw eggs. That's what this guy eats, like
Does
Rocky.
he throw up?
Let's read about it. This is from
Was that an eyeball?
the National Post. Yeah, this is his dinner. Weston Rowe's dinner of wild swordfish, sheep's brain and eye, some grass-fed butter, all raw. A Nebraska man says he's been eating well these past 3 years on a diet of raw meat, including chicken, and plans to keep going. Weston Rowe, 39,
let's
told
see what he looks like.
Cater's News that he has eaten hundreds of pounds of raw chicken over the years and never gotten close to being sick. Rowe's primordial diet includes raw, protein-rich foods such as beef, liver, chicken, and other animal organs.
That's what I call.
Oh, here he is. Here he is. Here he is. He
yeah.
kind of looks like Owen, huh? Owen
yeah,
Benjamin,
for
doesn't he?
For sure. Man, must have been a slow news day at the news at the
That's
news
not
desk.
interesting to you. This guy eating raw meat for 3 years and not gotten sick once.
I mean, in this insane world that we live in.
I find that fascinating. Maybe give it a shot. Maybe they're lying to us about needing to cook everything.
Maybe, dude. That's the big lie, right? Oh, that's how our brains grew through
Maybe they're
fucking
keeping
food.
us down. We're
Yeah.
cooking all the nutrition out of it.
Hey, man.
Good show.
Good show. Long show.
I
mean,
know we were trying to go 1 hour and
what
we ended
time
up going.
did what we go?
We went 2 hours.
Oh, we went 2 hours.
Yeah, we went 2 hours,
God damn it,
yeah.
Johnny. All right, guys. You could split it up if you want to. Two episodes.
Yeah, it's all right. I'll cut it down.
Yeah, it was a great show. Scorched some earth, made fun of some people. I'm kind of over everybody, so I don't care. Yeah, and that's it.
And we just real quick. We got, if you're missing the last episode on YouTube, a lot of people watched it first. We got like 10,000 views, which is close to our number. But we got taken off of YouTube for something we talked about last time that people said we got paid to talk about. Really?
Yeah.
Are you stupid?
Johnny, why you shill?
Yeah. Anyway, so we'll be back on YouTube this week, and we'll put some stuff back on there.
All right, guys.
Go to samtripoli.com though.
Go to samtripoli.com.
Yeah.
You can get all my free shows, all my dates. Go check it out. Hope to see you in Los. Well, this will come out after that,
Probably,
right?
yeah, probably.
All right. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the show. We love you. Thank you for the 5-star reviews. Have a great week.
Girls like that will round out your SATs. These are the rules of life, and we must comply if we wanna be written up in history. These are the rules of life, and we must abide if we wanna be everything we're meant to be in life. These are simply the rules of life. Work at Berkshire, slowly move your way up. Federal Express, don't come overnight for free. Find a partner, someone to share your life with, someone to soothe you when you catch a dread disease.